can you give us the 101 overview of the state's fiscal condition, the negative trends, and as an investor, why should I even care about this? Hey, my duplex is cash flowing. We're seeing appreciation. Why should I care about the state's fiscal condition? And what is that current state at a high level? And we'll dive into more specifics in a moment here.
Yeah, no, thank you guys for inviting me. To answer your question, I would start with Illinois has amongst the highest tax rates in the country on an aggregate basis. So when you think about all of the taxes, income taxes, sales taxes, gasoline taxes, and in our case, perhaps most importantly, real estate taxes, amongst the highest in the country. And it has the worst fiscal situation, meaning its balance sheet is in the worst condition of any of the 50 states. And the problem with that is, at least as it relates to real estate, is several fold, including the fact that property taxes are embedded in the value of your building, whether it's commercial or residential. To the extent that taxes go up and services do not, the value of the property goes down. So how do politicians pay for this fiscal imbalance, right? We have a terrible balance sheet in which the assets are a fraction of the liabilities. One answer to that question is to raise taxes. In particular, raising property taxes is a popular technique because the real estate is immobile. In other words, you can't pick it up and move it as you might with it. If you think about an income tax as the alternative, people get up and leave, right? And so from a real estate standpoint, increased taxes decrease the value of your property. Uncertainty about future property tax increases, just that uncertainty alone decreases the value of the property. And what's going on in places like Illinois, Cook County, and Chicago, spending on past liabilities, primarily public sector pension fund liabilities, is crowding out other services. So think about schools, policing, infrastructure, and the like. So tenants and homeowners value these services in light of the expenses, and that trade-off is worsening, right? In other words, the taxes are going up and the services are going down. That's bad for tenants. That's bad for owners. And in the extreme, it's bad for mortgage lenders. And that's the kind of fiscal headwind that I'm most concerned about with regard to Chicago, Cook County, and the state of Illinois, is that these huge fiscal imbalances, for which there's no magic bullet, are decreasing the value of our properties in all sorts of ways. And one way you can measure that is to look at the rate of home appreciation over the last decade or so. Think about the period of time since the financial crisis. Chicago or Illinois, let me say Chicago, and New York City or the New York metro area have the lowest rates of home appreciation of any of the major markets in the country. And in my view, that's largely attributable to the fiscal mess adversely affecting property values, and again, crowding out necessary services.